looks great.
Jets! Oh my God, it's so beautiful. 78 degrees, Jets football, and we're winning. That's what's going on today. That's why everybody's so psyched. This isn't no happenstance. This is a guarantee, just like Joe Namath said. See that?
There are few things in life you cannot put a price on. Loyalty, tradition, fierce passion. Today is a gigantic family reunion because finally, they're back.
Well, all right, here we are again. What's happening, everybody? GreenBean here for our midday fun. And I see Phil Adams comment that I'm competing with the O'Leary Jets Chaos exchange. That is actually inaccurate, my friend. I am doing a lead-in for those fellas. So right after this show, Matt O'Leary and Jets Chaos, will be a choice himself at 3 o'clock on the Matt O'Leary channel. Won't that be fun? You get GreenBean for now. See, here's the comment, and this is I see why it's very close, but no. I asked Matt last night, what time are you on? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't compete unnecessarily. Why would I want to do that, Phil? So I want to let everybody know it's very important. Just like Zachary's talking here, I want to tell you now, this is our Super Bowl season. I had a weird feeling earlier today. Maybe it was last night, early, or late. One or the other, right on the cusp of late and early. I had a realization that number one, it's darkest just before the dawn. And number two, let them all think whatever. Aaron Glenn is the man for the job. And he's brought in Bill Musgrave, Seth Ryan, Frank Reich, Carl Dunbar, and the rest to round it all out. And we'll talk about the staff. There were more offensive additions. I don't know if you guys knew this. You probably did. That's the kind of people you are. Lou's here. Love Lou, love Phil. Chris is here. Hey, Chris, what's up, buddy? Good afternoon to you. Matthias Simon, there you are. I can only imagine what Matthias is thinking these days about the Jets. Not fun. Not a fun time. But this is our year, man. Yet, Matt wants to know this. Are we going to buy into all this again this offseason and being in this exact same position next season? Right? Well, I no longer have to worry about what Matt's thinking because he just told us. Look at that. That's what's funny is that Matthias Simon, he's right. And what I just said about this being our Super Bowl year, it falls right in line with this, doesn't it, Matt? It falls right in line with this madness, this chaos that is the New York Jets. So, look, we hired Frank Reich. We hired Alfredo Roberts, who has done a good job of late. Now, he had real good stock with my love affair of the draft that year, the Pat Fryermuth himself. You guys used to make fun of me. I was madly and deeply and passionately in love with this player. I knew we weren't taking him. It's not like that. I just knew it. It's like we weren't going that way. There's no way this is the year we're taking a tight end in the first. People were trying to tell me he wasn't good enough. He was going to be in the second round. I said, dude, you're out of your mind. Pat Fryermuth was the shit, and has done very well. So Alfredo Roberts has been his coach, and you see what he's doing there with the tight ends. I mean, he's done a good job. Conversely, you had like Middleton over here, who we all loved him for his, his quotes and things like that. And he was, probably a really great guy, but he's never done a damn thing. He's never done anything. He's been the tight ends coach for losing organizations like the Jaguars, the Jets, the Browns, et cetera. Panthers, I think. I mean, he had like one season as a part of a winning, so he's like he's a bottom tier coach. And we upgraded that. Frank Reich, I think. I mean, look, I don't know. Tanner Engstrand, I don't know if he got a real shot. I don't know what the story is. He didn't do a good job maximizing Justin Fields. But who knows the fact that Justin Fields had his worst year in his career, I should say. There's you can't discount that. So I don't know anymore, man. Like it's at this place where it's getting harder and harder to be like passionately yay or nay anything. You know what I mean? Because like here's the thing, like as we head into the draft, which is my favorite time of the year, and I'm already getting excited, about what we're gonna do. We have 2 firsts, man. We have 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a boatload of day 3 picks. You could do a whole bunch of fun shit. But the truth is that for the last number of years, we've drafted players and gave them to coaches that were worth nothing. So, like, what are we supposed to do? Thank you, Tank for Ty. Ty's going to get his guy. His guy, Ty. So there's that. I just don't think he makes it to 16, brother. That's my thing. So let's see. It's not, we can put together a team, but you see it all the time, dude. Like, we had so much talent on this team over the last batch of years. Like, you can't deny it, dude. We had Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson. Like, even Conklin. It's like he's not, he's not Tony Gonzalez or anything, but he was fine. We should have competed. You look at the defense that year, CJ Mosley and Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed. Like, dude, there's no reason that collection of players should have 5 fucking wins. There's no reason other than complete and utter ineptitude at the coaching level. So it's not about that. And that's what I'm saying. That's my whole point. Like, as we go into this draft, we have to look, and you're like, oh, so we can draft these players, and who are we giving them to? So that's why when you get a guy like Frank Reich, say what you want. The guy's been in the NFL since, dude, I remember watching Frank Reich as like before I was old enough to drink, definitely. Let me see. Frank Reich, he was, I remember, I don't want to say kid, but definitely like high school. Let me see when he played. He was drafted in 1985. I was 13 years old, dude. He was a 3rd round pick. He's been in the NFL since 1985, 95, 2005, 15, 25. That's 41 years, dude. And he started coaching in 2000. Oh, no. Yeah, 2006. So he started coaching in 2006. So he's been coaching for 20 years. Granted, he's been out of the NFL for 2, I think. You know what I mean? So when you look at like a Tanner Engstrand, who, look, I had hope for. I was surprised they fired him. When you look at Tanner Engstrand versus Frank Reich, I mean, there's really no comparison. Frank Reich, no, and then you add the Bill Musgrave to it. And these are guys, look, they can sit down and talk shop. Now, maybe their ideas are antiquated and old and all that shit, but as long as they don't get too ridiculously complex and say, look, man, we just want to get yards. We need 4 yards of play. If they just do that, yeah, you know, like we retained our offensive line coach, so we liked him. He was doing a good job. We got a new assistant offensive line coach. What's his name? So we got Thomas Merkel, everybody. You guys ready for Thomas Merkel? Let's look up Thomas Merkel. Now, I don't know if you guys know about Thomas Merkel. But we're going to find out about him right now. Thomas Merkel, offensive line. Did you mean Thomas Merkel offense? I did mean that. What the fuck, man? Thomas Merkel. All right, let's see. Let's see what this guy's got. He's a Stanford Cardinal. Merkel played quarterback at Kenyon College in Ohio. Did you know that? And he set 14 conference and school records over the course of 40 starts. All right. All right. Now we're talking. So you got a new assistant offensive line coach, Thomas Merkel. We got no. He's an assistant quarterbacks coach. Al Netter is the offensive line. Okay, so either right. So there you go. So Thomas Merkel, I was just thinking he played quarterback. Well, whatever. So Thomas Merkel is the assistant quarterback coach. So he's going to be Bill Musgrave's assistant. Nice. We added offensive line coach, assistant offensive line coach, Al Netter. And Seth Ryan, as you know, is our passing game coordinator. We also added Bill Musgrave. Look at that guy. He's all over the joint. And Alberto Roberts. And then Alfredo Roberts, sorry. Matthew Sargent is an offensive assistant. So what do we think? Zach wants to know, do we get the warm and fuzzies? The warm fuzzies out of this? Yeah. Like Lou said, we have a better staff. It's a better staff. Like we said, look, our quarterback coach last year, I forget his name already, London, right? Something. Did anybody feel good about that guy? I didn't. We were all talking about the need for Wilkes to get fired, right? We were all talking about that. And right after Wilkes was like, dude, if we're going to get a young quarterback in any capacity here, we cannot play games with this position anymore. So now we got Bill Musgrave, Frank Reich, and Merkel. Record-setting Merkel, we're going to call him. Okay? That's what we call that guy, Rusty. Yeah. It's good to see you, Chris. Oh, yeah. I mean, look, dude, Gitmo Bob. It's out of control. Like, that's what I'm saying about the New York Jets. Like, we have to stop with this complicated idea of the game of football. Like, you're looking at, like, and this is where analytics comes in. Like, look, I coined a phrase yesterday, okay? I was in a therapy session. So I go to therapy, as you know. Probably, maybe you know, I don't know. But I was talking to my therapist, and she was asking me, why does the idea of routine sound so positive to me? She was asking me that. Because I was like, I'm fucking tired of this, that, the other thing, and fucking Gitmo Bob and Rusty Spooner, and they're fucking pissing me off. Right? I was doing all that. And Matt and Ryan, god damn it. Jets chaos. But so I was talking about this random-esque idea that kind of hangs out in my life. So she said, why does the idea of routine sound so positive to you? And this is what I said. This is what came out of my fucking mouth. Right? You ready for this? I said, routine removes the calamity of choice. Right? The calamity of choice. You ever walk into like a 7-Eleven or a Wawa? You're like, let me go get a Diet Coke. And you walk into the damn store and they have a wall or sheets or something. They have an entire wall of drinks. And you go in there for a Diet Coke and I stand there looking at drinks for fucking 7 minutes. I'm like, oh, look at that. Oh my God, what the hell is this? And you start reading shit and looking at this and the other thing, Liquid Death. What the fuck is, all this stuff, these new brands you never heard of. What is that? Starry. What the hell is Starry? And then you finally go, screw this, and you grab the drink you wanted. Like if I walked in there and they had Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, that was better. If you want sugar and cola, you do that. You want fucking something lemon limey, you do that. You want the Diet Coke, you get Diet Coke. And leave water on the list. Something like that. So like the Jets, what they've done forever is they've overcomplicated. Fucking Wyatt, man, you're the best, dude. Routinely, yeah. But this is how they see their routine, though. This is good. This is really good. The Jets, this is so good. This is so large. I have to compress it. I have to bring it down and bring it to a point and give it to you guys. I can't give you guys the chaos that's in here right now, trying to make sense. But so the Jets have a routine, which is the routine is to continue to keep the calamity included. And this is where like teams like the Jets shouldn't be allowed to have analytics involved. Like, no, you're not at that stage. It's like walking into fucking law school and they're like, all right, here's your first case. It's like, whoa. This guy needs to read this book. What do you mean you're giving him a case? Like, that's where we are. The Jets, it's like, all right, look, you got coaches. They all came from football backgrounds. You got players. They've all been playing football their whole lives. You get analytics out. You're not allowed to look at that shit. What you have to do is figure out how to get this collection of prime athletes, massive human beings, and super fast, crazy, agile dudes. You have to figure out how to get them to gain 4 yards per play. That's your fucking job. Like, Bob, this is how a GM should talk. No, you're not allowed. No, we don't look at analytics. No. What are you talking about? You haven't even figured out how to get 12 feet with massive human beings and the advantage of knowing the play. The defense doesn't know it. You know what I mean? We should not be allowed to have analytics. Aaron Glenn doesn't need analytics, dude. He doesn't need more information. They should go to these schools with the scouts, right? The scouts should go to the school. He should have a fucking black pen and a notebook. That's it. Hey, don't I get a computer? No, you don't get a laptop. What are you talking about? You're going to have a notebook. I don't even want you to take phone calls. Look at the football players and tell me which guys are good. Then you go talk to them, you interview them, you tell me who's got the character traits that we want. Who gives a shit about nothing else but football? As soon as they start talking about, oh yeah, and my doctorate's going to be in fucking applied sciences, dude, that guy's out. Maybe we can get there. Maybe. We want cavemen. That's what we want. We're running the fucking veer offense. You know what I mean? Like, that's where we start. You go to remember the Titans level. Remember Denzel Washington? He said, we're running the veer. And he said, well, what about if we do this? He said, we're running the veer. You know what the veer is? It's an option offense. It's like what started the whole option offense thing. That's it. Now we call them jet sweeps and all that shit, and there's all these variables. That's fine. The offense has to have its plays, of course. Right? It has to have its plays, guys. But Phil, this is our time. Yeah, man. Maybe that's the key. And right? Do you see how mellow I am, right, Matt? Remember me back in the day? Look, when I first met Matt, me and Matt, we talked online for years, and then we realized, wow, you're in Montville, I'm in Lake Hiawatha. We're like 5 minutes from each other. Let's go to the green and white scrimmage at Hofstra or whatever the hell they held. Let's go to Long Island together. And I pulled up. Matt met me at my house. I was coming from work. I worked at AT&T at the time in Morristown. Matt, remember how I pulled up? I still remember it. Out of all the things I've forgotten, I remember pulling up to meet you for the first time. I pulled up in my fucking green Jeep Wrangler. I drove over my front lawn. Remember that? It's like, hey, man. That's who I was. I was a complete recluse animal. And I was furious about everything New York Jets. I was wearing my Dennis Bird jersey. Remember? Matt had his 56 jersey on. I remember it like it was yesterday, man. But you see, I'm mellow now. I hang out with you guys during the games for 4.5 hours, and I'm like, hey, relax. Every now and then I get a little feisty, but it's therapy, man. That's what we need. Let's get to, I see Dante checking in, and then we'll get back to some other. Dante, good man. Thank you, my friend. I'm kind of getting sick and tired of the constant negativity from fans about this team. Not you. Yeah, I'm trying. Dude, I'm beat up, Dante. Like last night in the Talking Jets panel, I was finding myself unable to tap into much positivity. But when I do that, I try not to, I can, it's like instead of being doom and gloom, we can laugh. Like that's kind of my tact. Like, I don't know, man. Make it funny, at least. Let's at least laugh, right? So, all right. Don't get me wrong. It's well-deserved, but sometimes that shit can be so tiring. Am I wrong to be a tinge bit hopeful? No, dude, you can be whatever you want. That's the great thing about our current situation in this life. Is that like, look, dude, if we're like Dante, let's peel the curtain back and let's look at it for through the truth bubble. Okay. Let's pull back the facade the great Oz has put in front of us. And let's just look at this for what it is. We're in trouble. Okay. I'm not saying we're hopeless. Like if the Jets can retain in some way Breece Hall and Braylon Allen can come back to just what he was and you use him appropriately, he's not going to fucking be your bell cow. He's a short yardage guy. He's good in the passing game. He can break a few. He's a versatile fullback. Like he can be like, I don't want to say an all-star. He was exceptional. You remember like Brad Baxter? Do you guys remember him? Now, he's not quite as big as Brad Baxter. But remember like the Richie Andersons of the world and the Gerald Souls? Not that he's as big, but he can be that. You give him the ball in short yardage. He's going to hit the hole harder. You want to save Breece Hall or wherever your primary back's miles. You don't want him to have to look when you have a Ferrari. All right, let's call him a Corvette. When you have a Corvette, you don't want to drive that over the dirt road. You want to keep that on the asphalt. When it's time to go to the dirt road, you grab your little pickup truck. It can be a Nissan for all I care, but you know what I mean? Or you grab the other car that can handle it. Now, if you drive real slow with the Corvette, yeah, but it's not made for that. Yes, you can use it, but it's going to wear it down. Breece is a big guy. He's strong. He hits hard. You can use him, but you're going to ruin him. So what you want is a Braylon Allen. This was the whole plan, man. Braylon Allen, in anything from 2 yards or less, Braylon Allen comes on the field. And you just tell the other team, hey, we're running right here. This is what we're doing. And we're going to get 6 feet, and you can't stop us. And this is how we're going to do it. Braylon Allen's coming in. I have somebody lead blocking for him. And my animal center and guard are going to peel back your fatties. We're going to put them on their ass. I'm going to send the tight end through the hole. He's going to fucking cream your linebacker, and Braylon Allen's going to hit the next guy and get me 7 feet. That's the way it's going to happen. There's no analytics needed. Yeah, but did you notice that on the fucking Thursdays under the temperature of 37 degrees? I'm like, I don't give a shit about any of that. So, Dante, the truth is that we're in some trouble, but we have 2 firsts, 2 seconds, a mess of day 3 picks. And we have Garrett Wilson, a pretty much formed offensive line that has a year together, figuring out AVT, Simpson, whatever. You got, it's not 100%, but it's 4/5 if you play it right. We have RB2, RB3. You got a young tight end. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, don't fuck this up. I don't even need these edge rushers, man. Grab fucking Tate with number 2 pick. If you're not going to take a quarterback, grab me the wide receiver. Then with the next pick, you can get a linebacker if you want, or you can grab the quarterback if he's there. You know what I mean? And let's just wrap this offense up. And then we got money in free agency. You go second tier free agents, not premium. You go second tier free agents this year, and you get more. You get your defensive line depth. You get your linebacker depth. You get some vet cornerbacks that are smart and know the game of football. Maybe not stellar, premium, but you just get smart, hard-nosed guys. You get me some safeties that are not afraid to fucking lay the wood. Like E-Boogie's saying here, these two, E-Boogie and Dante, are on the same page. E-Boogie is the perpetual optimist, Dante. E-Boogie, when we're 0-9, he's thinking the Jets are going, what's left? So 8. The Jets are going 8-9. That's what he's thinking. And not only is he thinking it, he's saying it. E-Boogie is the perpetual optimist. He's never been anything else since the day I met him. But this is what we need. This whole thing, the Jets are going to complicate the shit out of this. And that's the problem. Whittle it back. Where are we closest? We're closest on the offense. If we get a quarterback, all the guy's got to be is mid-range. He's got to be smart. He's got to be accurate, which is why I don't love Simpson. He's smart, but he's not the most accurate guy in the world. At least not now. So you can be positive, guys. Fuck it. There's enough here. There's still more here than we've had in years past. And on top of it, the next 2 years, dude, we have 5 firsts and 3 second-round picks in addition to, whatever thirds, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh that we have. And we have money. Yeah. I mean, look at this is a keep it simple. I mean, come on, dude. That's the best name ever. Keep it simple. Here he comes. I think analytics are useful, but only after you've identified your prospects. Analytics shouldn't be used to, dude. I say that all the time. Like, look, I'm not anti-analytics. I'm saying, dude, you don't bring out the fucking calculus before you know arithmetic. You have to figure out, you got to be proficient at arithmetic before you start dancing around in trig. You know what I mean? Does this sound crazy to anybody? The Jets are like, all right, we're going to hire a first-time coach with a first-time GM. Here's calculus. Figure it out. You suck at calculus. Get the fuck out of here. That's what we're like. Get him out. Dude, it was game 3. And my chats were Aaron Glenn's the fucking worst, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, whoa. And it's a funny thing because as you guys, if you've been hanging out with me for a little while, I was not as much as I love Aaron Glenn as a Jet, I was not on the Aaron Glenn for coach train. Matter of fact, I was kind of anti, not 100%, but I was like, dude, this is not good. But the extreme vitriol forced me, being in the middle, to seem like I'm extreme on the other side. I'm like, I'm just saying, give the guy a second. You know what I mean? He fucking cut Xavier Gibson. We should have won that game. We would have won that game. Dude, Xavier Gibson fumbled that damn and gave them the fucking, and then they still needed a miracle play and a 60-yard field goal to beat us, dude. Anyway, I digress. Wait, infrared, this is a Jets show, dude. What do you mean? Not more Jets crap. What are we going to do? Yeah, it is what we're going to do. Bulldog says, or Bulldag. That's great. Stop sucking, dude. That's all I want. Right. That's what I was saying to Matt and Ryan last night. I'm like, dude, what is it? Why are we, how can we still be this bad? It has to be by design, dude. I think the NFL and Woody have a little agreement. It's like, you remember like rollerball? You guys remember that sport? Do you guys remember rollerball? Rollerball, it's like professional wrestling, but they were on a rink and they was really physical and they beat the shit out of each other and they had to run with a little football and run roller skates. Remember this? But it was all predetermined. And some guys were like the heels, they were the bad guys, and these were the good guys in the whole crowd. Yay! And the good guys had these real good looking people. And the bad guys had the long hair and the goatees. Rawr! The villains. Remember? That's our role, because the NFL is definitely moving toward being some serious bullshit. They control everything. They control the outcomes. You see it constantly. Wyatt says, Dante, we will improve. We cannot get much worse. Dude, 3 wins. Like we were talking about the other day, Wyatt. The betting money is that we're going to improve. You have to. Because there's only 2 more games to be, really 3, to be worse. And there's 15 or 14 to be better. So you have much more room in the improvement sector. But 4 wins, while improvement, does not make a happy chat. Ron Weiss checking in. Hey, buddy. People like Ryan might have plenty of seasons to watch our Jets. We don't want to just ignore 20. Dude, I'm with you, Ron. I'm with you. Ron is insinuating when he says we. What Ron is doing here, everybody, is he's calling me old. That's what he's doing. Now, I've hid my age by shaving my beard, and now you can see it, though. I'm figuring out my length for Dano. I want something. I don't know if it'll be this long. But if I took the neck off, what do you guys think? What do you think about this, Ron? But see, what Ron did was, for camaraderie, was he included himself. He's saying, hey, guys like us that have been watching the Jets for more than 40 fucking years, we don't have all day here, right? Can we get some enjoyment out of this team? Phil Adams says he went to see the rollerball. Hey, Ron, do you remember rollerball? But wait a minute. But not the movie, though. I remember the movie was made out of the sport, right? Wasn't the movie, the sport was first. I mean, if the movie was 75, maybe not. Maybe that started the whole thing. Dude, I watched rollerball on like Saturday afternoons, the actual sport. Jeremy remembers. Jeremy, Jets Chaos is here. Don't forget, guys, in 20 minutes, Jets Chaos and the great Matt O'Leary on O'Leary's channel for the reality check. We're going to go over there and fucking have ourselves a shindigaloo. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to be in the chat going, this fucking show sucks. What's wrong with this guy's face? That's what I'm going to say. But yeah, but look, you got a great point, Ron. How many seasons can we just toss? All right, well, hey, we're shooting for 27 now. Well, when is that shit going to stop? We have $100 million. We have 2 firsts and 2 seconds. Like, you're going to fuck. We can't turn this thing around, man. We got Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, an offensive line, a young tight end. We can't turn it around. How is that? How do we need 10 years and 5 firsts just to be competitive? Oh. Grandizer, open the phone lines. Thanks, Ron. Open the phone. 1-800-CALL GreenBean Jets fan. Yeah, I'm going to do more of that, of opening the phone lines. Like I told you guys, it's weird for me. Every time I do it, not every time, but 50% of the time I get fucking porn. I asked Jake, I said, how the hell do you do it, man? He's like, I've never even heard of that. I'm like, what? Yeah, so Matt says, GreenBean, how many seasons has it been already? I feel like it's been a lifetime. Been doing this crap since I was 14. I'm 70. You're 70, bro? I didn't know you were that much older than me. I thought you were like 65. I mean, 63. I thought you were like 10 years older than me. I feel really good all of a sudden, Matt. Thank you. Roller derby. Thank you. Harlem born Bronx, but not Rollerball was the movie then. Thank you, my friend. I'm 58, 59. It was Roller Derby. Rollerball was the movie. Then it got rebooted with LL Cool J in the early 2000s. Really? I didn't even see that. Was he any good? LL Cool J is not the worst actor. He's been all right in some roles. Hey, you want to hear something funny? So when I was doing prop cars, like props and cars for films, my cousin owns a cars for films company. I was shooting the video for in Manhattan. I was on like 10th Avenue and maybe 47th, like in that area. And it was early in the morning. I was filming. What's that fucking guy's name? Not R. Kelly. He sang the song My Boo. Who's that guy? So anyway, I was filming his video. I'm the taxi cab driver in that video that almost hits him, by the way. I'm driving the cab. And he puts his hands on the cab. Hey, man. I'm in the cab. So, but that night, Harlem, bringing up LL Cool J, he was playing the Garden that same night. And he wanted a Ferrari Medina to pull onto the stage. So we were bringing the Ferrari Medina. So I was already in the city. And so I was doing this job, and we had the other job at the Garden, which was 15 blocks away. So Usher, there it is. Thank you, Rusty Spooner. There you go. Yeah, I didn't steal it, Jeremy. I didn't steal Tony Soprano's car. I was allowed to be in it. I just took it to Newark to get heroin. That was the fucking problem. That was where I went awry, and I got caught. So that was bad. In the Escalade. But so anyway, my cousin pulled up to the city in that fucking Ferrari, and Harlem born Bronx bred. Dude, if you've never heard a Ferrari, like it was like he was like 5 blocks away, and my ears, I'm like, what is that? I'm like, I bet that's the Ferrari. It's like had this real deep and it was just echoing through the city. And later that night, so we had to pull it into the Garden. LL Cool J drove it from backstage onto the stage. Everybody went, yay! And then we took it and we left. That was the whole job. So I was driving a Porsche 911 Carrera. It was like, I don't know, 1 a.m. Down Route 3, like just west of Giant Stadium, right? So like when it opens up and there's a long straightaway. It's 1 a.m. There's nobody on the road. So I'm in a Porsche 911 Carrera, and I'm pushing it, and I'm doing like 120, between 120 and 130 on Route 3. Boom! And my cousin pulled up next to me in that fucking Ferrari, pulled up next to me at 120, gave me the bird, and fucking took off like I was standing still. He had to be doing 170 easy. 150. Fucking car was crazy. Anyway, let's talk some football. Right. So there it is. Usher. Yeah, you guys had it. I just couldn't remember his name. I could see his face, Yeah, that was good. Roller derby. Thank you for that, because I was clearly sending everybody's brain to the wrong spot, man. Atlanta Jets fan checking in. Hey, GreenBean, you and I are about the same age, 54. We both have gone through the pain. Yeah, I'm 53. So I started watching the Jets when I was 10 years old. And and they've sucked. Dude, it's the craziest thing. Like the idea that we can't figure this out, like not even to be just like a normal organization who like wins some and loses some, that we're an embarrassment. And the end of every season sees us like we have a cast of characters that like are totally different than the people we started with. You know what I mean? Like we have different cornerbacks, different running backs, different fucking wide receivers, a quarterback, some reject, you know, to get heroin, Jeremy. That's what it was. But thanks, Atlanta. It's been painful, man. We did it not too long ago. I think it was like out of the 43 years I've been watching, I think the Jets made the playoffs 11 times or something. It's like ridiculous, dude. 11 times I was proud. And most of that is losing in the first round. You know what I mean? Like you just get in and play an extra week of football. Whether it was Al Toon dropping the touchdown against Houston, or remember when Rex Ryan's dad, Buddy Ryan, punched Gilbreth, the offensive coordinator, in the face because he wanted the shutout? That was playoffs too, wasn't it? Maybe it wasn't playoffs. That was also Houston. Bringing up a lot of Houston. But, yeah, you know, I watched that game. I was in the Luxor Hotel in Las Vegas. I got room service. I ordered a Reuben and 2 Budweisers. And I had a crack pipe that I smuggled in. I was just smoking. Oh, God. Yeah, it's just rare. You know, I mean, yeah, you've heard him. I mean, you know, in my life, though, I know it's a stupid question. It was more rhetorical. Like I was kind of bringing you to a callback. Like, you ever heard? You go, yeah, you know, that's kind of what I was doing. But that, you know, that sound, it's a completely different sound. Lamborghini does it too. But like any other sports car doesn't do it. It's very specific. Well, I don't want to get heroin now. Back then, I needed it, man. Like we were going to go do a shoot for The Sopranos. I don't forget where, in Manhattan somewhere. And I was going to be there all fucking night. And I was out. I had to go get it. I had like an hour to kill. I was like, we were right there. Like the shop was right over the river from 21. I just fucking went over the river, shot down 21 to my spot. And usually it would take me 15 minutes. And the cops were walking on the fucking street, man. They were walking on the street. I was getting back in the Escalade and they got me. The craziest thing about it was I called my cousin real quick and said, dude, I'm getting arrested, blah, 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 blah. Because I knew the car is more important than any of my bullshit. And they let me go. So I told on myself for no reason. You know, but my moral compass kicked in. Yeah, this is our dude, Etherhard or Etherbard. Dude, this is our MO. We did it with Salah too. Remember that? We were 7-3. 8 wins would have gotten us in the playoffs. That one got Koslet fired, which elevated Pete Carroll. People are like, we should have given Pete Carroll more of a chance. Does anybody remember what fucking Pete Carroll's year was? We were 6-4. We were playing for first place. And then the famous fake spike game. And he lost every game the rest of the year too. Then Pete Carroll went to the Patriots and was okay, but he got fired there too. Then he went to USC. Then he went to Seattle. So it's the same thing with like Sam Darnold. It's like, oh, I can't believe the Jets let Sam Darnold go. Why? He sucked. Not that we helped him. We didn't do him any favors, of course, but he needed this. He needed this whole time. He needed to go with He needed to hang out with Joe Brady and Matt Rule and learn there. And then he had to go to Shanahan and learn there. And then he had to go with KOC and learn there. You know what I mean? Get back with McCown. And that whole thing. Atlanta Jets fan checking back in. Thank you, my friend. He says, we have been through some pain. However, 6-year-old will not be doomed as I am raising him to be a Cowboy fan. You're a 6-year-old. Okay. He was born in Dallas. Is that bad? No, dude. Save him. Look, if the Jets are ever good, he can live vicariously. He can root for dad. He can appreciate dad being happy. It's all good. But, dude, let them have a fucking organization that gets to the playoffs regularly, even though they don't win. But they have good seasons. They're respectable. They have fun every single year. Their stadium is unbelievable. I threw my son a touchdown pass in the end zone at that stadium. It's one of my fucking most favorite memories ever. But yeah, dude, I tried to make, my wife is from Baltimore. I tried so hard to make my kids into Ravens fans. I'm like delayed, huh? Let me see here. I just noticed that. Let me see. I guess I wasn't. I guess it's new. It's just, let me see. No, I've been pretty good. I'm delayed now, though. I can see it. Anyway, we're almost done anyway. But yeah, I think you should totally do that, man. You should. I tried to make my kids, dude. I have pictures of both my kids in Ravens onesies and shit. I tried it with both of them. I love my kids. You know what I mean? Like, I tried so hard to make them into a fan. I didn't want them. I didn't want this for them. Dude, my daughter, she came. I mean, my son was like sucked in during the Rex ride. I took him to the Jets fan club in Florida during that shit. He got caught up. He was only like 3, but he was like, he got all caught up in it, man. He fucking felt it. The Rex Ryan championship years. So he was a Jets fan. My daughter stayed away for a long time. And last year, she just decided, hey, I want to. She started watching my streams, and she started coming and hanging out and watching the games with me. She chose it. And then this year, she just started watching the Islanders. I'm like, why don't you pick the Capitals? Like, they're like the home team down here. She's like, nope. New York. She's never lived up there. She's like, the Islanders are the Jets team. I'm like, oh shit, she's gonna fucking watch the Mets. This kid. She's like, I mean, she's sucked in. She's stuck in the whirlpool, dude. You know what I mean? She's like, I'm like, all right. I at least got to get her to the Yankees, but I don't watch enough. Fuck, she's going to watch the Nets. It's going to be a whole thing, dude. Save your kid if you can, dude. But it was a fake spike. See, and look, Glenn Ingram burned. I've watched that play just like you, Rusty, 100 times. Now, admittedly, it's been a minute. I'm not a glutton for punishment. But Aaron Glenn was a rookie. He was faced with the first time that ever happened, that the situation was set up to be a spike. They ran to the line. Now, the Jets are idiots, and this is a poorly coached team. But he was a rookie on a poorly coached team. You know what I mean? Like, he's a victim, essentially. Now, once Ingram took off, he got burned. He was there. He had his back to it. Remember? Yeah, you know the play. But it was a fake spike. Marino gave the impression that he was yelling the commands. He was doing the whole thing. That was still Shula. That was Shula and Marino's brainchild. He took the ball back. Everybody expected him. Even the offensive line, if you watched, they stood up. It was a whole thing. It was done very well. Marino never fake spiked it, but he set it up as it was a fake spike. Thanks, man. You like the background? This is my my office. It's really my wife's office, to be frank, and my wife's workout room, which I use her office and I use the workout room. The one area of this room that's mine is over here. You see that sauna? That's mine. Everything else is my wife's. I'm allowed in here when she's not home, so I can do what I want. Yeah, it's brutal, Rusty. It's brutal. It's brutal. All right, look, guys, we got 3 minutes, and then the reality check starts over at the Matt O'Leary channel. All you got to do is go into your search bar and type in Matt O'Leary, and that's going to take you to Jets Chaos and Matt O'Leary together. I'm going to hop over there, and I'm going to hang out in the chat for a little while. I got some shit to do, though. I'm making fajitas. Making fajitas for the family tonight, because fuck it. You know what I mean? Chicken fajitas. I got peppers and onions. I'm crushing it. I'm going to crush this. I got fresh avocados. I'm going to make an amazing guacamole. I'm doing it all, Rusty Spooner. Let's see. Any more comments I want to see? Jets Chaos. Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sure. This is good. Sometimes I wonder, man. Listen, my life, if I can get out of my own way, I look around my life. Now, right now, I happen to be unemployed and whatever. So I'll figure that out. But my life is beautiful. I have a great wife's office that I can use. I have a little studio in the background. I got 2 dogs that I love. I got great kids. My wife's amazing. I got this amazing thing. And I spend most of my time doing this shit, this fucking team. And they're the only unhappy thing in my life. Truly. Like, it's crazy. And you know what's worst about it? Is I know damn well if they gave me the fucking keys, a group of us, I would fix this fucking thing in 2 years with simplicity. No, get the analytics guys, tell them to get fuck off. Call them in 2 years. Get them out of here. I don't want any analytics. I don't need to know what fucking temperature this guy, I don't care, man. I don't care about his 3-cone. I don't care about anything. I'm going to figure out what his strength is, and that's what he's going to do. That's it. I don't need to know that his toes bend fucking 45 degrees. I don't care about any of it, man. I want a caveman with a club. That said, go over to the Matt O'Leary channel, everybody. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. The reality check on Matt O'Leary with Jets Chaos and Matt O'Leary starts in 1 minute. I hope to see you there. I'll be in the chat. I'll be in the chat, and I'll see you over there. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you next time.
I love Jets fans. You name one other organization that deals with the shit that we deal with and is still this passionate. Sure, you got the little segments, the dog pound. But look at the Patriots fans. They just had 20 years of there are kids, there are 20, 21-year-old, 25-year-old people in this world that are Patriots fans who have never known losing. Never in their entire lifetime. They were born into this Belichick-Brady thing, and they have consistently won. They've won 6 Super Bowls. They've been to 9 or whatever it is. And then when they didn't get in there, they were the AFC Championship game or the semifinals or whatever. And what happens the year that Tom Brady leaves? Dude, you have droves of people leaving the Patriots. These are diehard Pats fans. This is what they have. Diehard Pats fans going to be Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans. Why? Because I'm a fucking fan of Tom Brady. Bullshit. What is that?